Seajet 117 Multipurpose Epoxy Primer. When using Seajet 117 Multipurpose Epoxy Primer, it can be applied to surfaces of fiberglass, aluminum, and steel. It can be applied to a new boat or an existing older yacht that has had the bottom coatings stripped down to the original substrate surface. Seajet 117 Multipurpose Epoxy Primer is an ideal first coat for all substrates with its ultimate corrosion protection properties. It adheres well and provides durable defense. If it's a fiberglass boat, seawater and barnacles can attach itself to the gel coat and may cause osmotic blistering. This is not good for the bottom of the boat as treatment takes time and money. Seajet 117 Multipurpose Epoxy Primer can achieve osmotic protection by applying 2 coats thanks to the aluminum content inside the formulation. Seajet 117 Multipurpose Epoxy Primer provides a solution for all your needs in just one product. In addition to all its properties, this product is very easy to apply, fast drying, and flexible to overcoat with itself and other paints. Always check the ambient conditions before starting the application. Weather temperature, surface temperature, relative humidity, and dew points need to be as specified in the range of the technical data sheets. While sanding or applying paint, you should always wear the required protective equipment such as gloves, coveralls, and masks. Please always follow the safety data sheets. Surface preparation is one of the most critical elements for a successful application. Today we will apply Seajet 117 Multipurpose Epoxy Primer and follow the instructions for applying it to a GRP boat. The universal epoxy primer can be applied above and below waterline areas. Please follow the technical data sheets. Before applying the product, you should stir the base carefully to mix the solids inside the paint can. Then you should add the hardener, which acts as a curing agent. After adding the hardener, the product has a pot life. It depends on the temperature. It is 10 hours and 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Stir the paint well to make it homogeneous. Use a good quality roller like mohair. Always check the ambient conditions specified on the technical data sheet of the product. Let's begin by applying our first coat of Seajet 117 Multipurpose Epoxy Primer. Apply 2 coats to achieve the required minimum wet film thickness of 9 mils, which is 4.5 mils per coat. When the minimum dry film thickness is not met by 2 coats, another coat is required to achieve the minimum dry film thickness. As the nature of being an epoxy primer, Seajet 117 dries and cures chemically. After the application of the first coat, you should wait for it to dry. Drying and overcoating times change according to the temperature. Please follow the technical data sheets. The easy way to understand if you can apply the following coat is with a thumb test. Use your thumb and touch the surface. If it is tack dry and there is no paint on your thumb, you may continue with the following coat. After the second coat of the Seajet 117 Multipurpose Epoxy Primer dries, you can then begin to apply your first coat of anti-fouling bottom paint. Seajet 117 Multipurpose Epoxy Primer brings extraordinary flexibility to overcoating intervals for bottom paint. As explained before, thumb dry is enough to overcoat with anti-fouling. However, if there is no time to apply the bottom paint, you have nothing to worry about because you can apply the bottom paint on Seajet 117 Multipurpose Epoxy Primer for up to 28 days without any sanding. Seajet 038 Taisho is the ultimate performing copper-free bottom paint. The anti-fouling bottom paint has a special cross-linked zinc acrylic resin with the latest hydrolysis technology. Hydrolysis resin is like a soap. It will dissolve from the surface and the water and will not penetrate through the film. This will prevent the active ingredient to be released from inside the coating. Control release of the active ingredient will provide the consistent performance throughout the specified duration. 1 coat 1 year, 2 coats 2 years, 3 coats 3 years. Continuous flawless protection. This technology provides smooth bottoms, lower CO2 emissions, and lower power consumption. It is ultra-low friction technology. It works excellent in most severe environments, warm and cold, and is suitable for all boat hull substrates. It works perfectly for all the boats up to 40 knots of average speed. Maximum speed can be higher. Higher speed requires more film thickness. A perfect choice for the sailing racers. It showed an extraordinary result in our static test panels located in Florida. After just 6 months, it outperformed all of the competitive products in the market. This product offers vibrant color options with only minimal discoloration. Don't forget to wear your PPE, personal protective equipment as specified in the safety data sheets. Stir the paint well to make it homogeneous. Always check the ambient conditions specified in the technical data sheets of the product. Choose your method of application and follow its instructions from the technical data sheet. Bottom paints are self-polishing. Therefore, the required thickness depends on the desired duration of protection. Film thicknesses and spreading rates depends on the application method. More layers may be required to achieve this specified film thickness. If we base on a standard roller coat, 1 coat 1 year, 2 coats 2 years of protection can be followed. After the application of the first coat of bottom paint, you should wait for it to dry. Drying and overcoat times change according to the temperature. You can follow the technical data sheets for more information. Again, you can use your thumb and touch the surface. If you don't see the paint on your thumb and is tack dry, you can continue with the following coat. After applying the second coat, again you need to wait for the drying time. Before launching the boat, you need to lift the boat and be able to apply both the primer and bottom paint to the jack stand and keel areas. The same application processes and drying times should be applied. Dispose of the material in accordance with the applicable federal, state, and local regulations. After the jack stand and keel areas are dried, the boat is now ready to be launched. Launching time depends on the temperature. Please follow the technical data sheets. Immerse in the water within 3 months after the bottom paint application. Seajet. Seeing is believing.